Okay. Yes. Now, what's the action going to be? We're actually going to show you the difference between coaching and mentoring. This is not just about answering questions. A Q&A is great, and we've done many Q&As and answering your questions. But what we're going to do is actually show you what the underlying matter of maybe where your question is coming from, so we can get to the root of the place that we need to kind of like probe and get to, so we can start to get your results much quicker than just giving you a piece of information that is answer to a question that probably isn't even what it is that you need right now.
This is about bring any challenge that you've got right now, or are you waiting to get started? And this could be business, property, personal life. This could be anything, personal development, business development, something you could listen. If you're at a point where you're like, I don't even know what my question is, I just know that I need something, get yourself in the running. For your Matt Dare Edwards.
That's it, yeah.
That's quite a cool name.
Yeah, it gets annoying at times, but yeah.
I know I'm not going to start. I was going to say something, but I'm sure you've heard it all.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what's your situation?
So I'm just trying to get into this. I basically have a lot of free time with the job I do. And I'd love something that, I've been following your page for a while now, and just, the freedom to work when I want, how I want, get the results I want, and to build, something that a portfolio, if you like, really, and develop from there. But what I'm struggling with is, how do I go from just me who does my normal job to, getting a property under my belt and going further from there?
Awesome. So I think what's great about you already, Matt, is that, you've not just sat and said, hey, I want to leave my job, which is a great outcome to have, but you've said why, like having the time and the freedom and things like that. What's it going to give you? So what is all the free time and stuff for? What is it that you're going to do with that time?
I've got a 5-month-old baby that I've just had.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. At the moment, I have quite a lot of free time anyway. I work a shift pattern, so I have 2 weeks off a month anyway. So I've got a lot of time that I can devote to something. And I'm not really using it very well. Like, you think half a year that equates to, I could be doing something beneficial with that. But on the flip side, then the work that I do when I'm on shift, like tomorrow night, for instance, I'm working until midnight tomorrow night, so I don't get to see my little girl tomorrow at all. So, a bit more freedom would, just be perfect, really. And obviously, if I can make this work and go further, then a bit more financial freedom as well, rather than all the money going towards the bills every month. It might be something I can, help her with.
So we'll go over some stuff now, which is really exciting. But are you coming to the event in November?
I'm trying to. I'm on shift, unfortunately, for those 2 days. So I'm really trying to get cover for those two.
Do whatever it takes, man, because it's the last one of this year. We're gonna go out with a bang. It's gonna be the best one yet. Okay. So have you looked into any particular strategy that you think may do this for you? Because time, and your outcome is time and freedom and things like that, and you have time on your side, which is good, because then you obviously have the time to view the properties and go out and do the due diligence and building the teams. Have you thought, is it like, do you want to create a passive income for yourself? Do you want to create flips, which is going to give you the return? Or
to be honest, the passive income route would be more what I'm going for. The flips would be fun, but sort of a regular income would be quite nice. I've been looking. I never knew what a HMO was before I started following your page, so I've been looking more into that, and that's quite interesting. It looks quite tricky with is it Article 4? But yeah, that looks interesting. The problem I've got as well, the other side to this, is obviously having a baby. There's not really a lot of money left in the pot.
A problem? That is a problem?
Well,
is the wife listening? Oh, goodness. So where are you now? Are you just starting your journey?
So let me just fill you in. So he's just at the very beginning. He's not sure where to start. He gets 2 weeks off a month from work. He works shift patterns. His outcome is time, freedom, so that he can be with his 5-month-old more and just have that time. But he's got a luxury of free time.
So you have 2 weeks off a month?
Yes. Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's good. So do you have 0 investment properties? Am I understanding right?
Yeah. Well, I've recently bought the house I'm in now. We bought a house a year and a half ago. But obviously that's ours. Do you want to start playing with that?
Okay, so you're doing that. That's fine. Okay, good. And do you have the money to invest in another one or not?
Not at the moment, no. No, that's one of the issues I've got.
Yeah, I mean, not an issue. We built the first £8 million worth of our portfolio with none of our own money, 0.
Yeah.
So,
which confuses me. I don't quite understand that. Why would somebody trust me with their money if I've got absolutely no track record?
Good point and great question. But once upon a time, anybody who does start without their own money will have to go through that. Yeah. So there is various options.
Yeah, because obviously we started with nothing as well.
Yeah. But let's come in a little bit here. So for someone who is in your situation, just starting out, wants to know what are the kind of steps that they need to take, 3 of the things that we're talking about are going to be very important for you. Number one is training. Why? Because you need the fundamental steps and processes to go through. Like, what are the frameworks to use? How, like Trisha has already started one with you, like what's my outcome? And then you got to work out what milestone goals and what strategies are good for you, and write down the fact that how do I find the properties that fit all of that? So training is one. Number 2 is mentoring. Now, what is the difference between coaching and mentoring? Mentoring is going to be someone who can take you and guide you through those steps because they've already been there. They've already been through those. It's also then good to have someone to hold your hand. So if you haven't already, you need to apply for Come Deal With Me.
I have. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, excellent. So you've done that already. Yeah, so that's mentoring. And then the third thing that's good for someone in your position right now is coaching. Now, there's a bit of a confusion about coaching in the industry, I believe, just my opinion. And that is the fact that a lot of people call themselves a coach when really they're probably a mentor. Because they say, I'm going to coach you based on, I did this in my business, that business. So that's a mentor because we just explained that. Now, a coach is someone who can find your true potential and help kind of like get through all of the stories and all of the things that you got going on that hold you back. Because being able to take on information is one thing, but being able to apply the information, the only reason you would not apply it is because of reasons, stories, and excuses. So this is why some people find coaching, when it's proper, true coaching, a little bit difficult. But when the context is set right, like the way we do it and all our certified coaches do it, although sometimes it is a bit difficult, it's to get you to a place and get you to somewhere where what would you say, the grass is greener or something like that. The fruits is on the other side. So those 3 areas are definitely what you need to look into. So what can you expect? What can you expect from training? Really, in life, there's only one teacher. And some people say that experience is the best teacher.
Okay.
Our opinion is that experience is the only teacher. So if you're looking for some excellent training, you got to look for someone who's going to train you where you actually experience it for yourself. You actually go through the process of doing whatever it is you're doing. So in this circumstance, it's going to be property. So finding deals, finding investors, learning what's the difference between doing a joint venture, how do you get people to trust you even though you've got no experience, so to say, of doing investment projects. And then how would you put a deal like that together?
How would you find those people?
Yeah, how would you find the people?
Yeah.
How would you want to find you? All of that stuff. So it's actually the best training is going to be from experience. So taking you through those processes. And so you're like learning on the job, but you're learning frameworks and systems to make it repeatable. So when you're looking for training, that's what you're going to look for. Mentoring is a bit easier because really a mentor, you can select of two things. Number one, have they achieved or done what it is that you want to do? That's one thing. Second thing is don't just look at their results, look at the results of the people that they have mentored as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so mentoring is more simple in terms of, you know, how can I figure out whether this mentor is right for me? Well, actually, a third thing would be, can you see yourself, you know, working with and communicating with that type of person who the mentor is as well? You know,
Yeah. You get on with them.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. The coaching, a little bit more difficult because you're not going to really know until you get going. So again, best thing is with a coach, it's like, who else have they coached and what results are they getting?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's really all you can go off when you're looking for a coach. But really what you want to expect is someone who, from a coach, I'm talking about a coach now.
Yeah.
That when you're, you know, a coach, a great coach, world-class coach, is going to be someone who makes you self-sufficient. Yeah. So as you start to ask questions and as you start to, you know, want to take the steps forward, they're not just saying, oh, here's your question, here's the answer. Here's your question, here's the answer. Yeah. That is more mentoring. But even that is not too good, effective mentoring. But when it comes to coaching, they're going to get to the root of things and ask you questions about really what's holding you back or what stops you from taking the actions. But also,
it's more tailored to you. It's around your
it's absolutely tailored,
situation.
100% totally to do with you, especially one-on-one coaching. But then also it's going to be figuring out or helping you become more outcome orientated. Yeah, this is what I mean by making self-sufficient, because there's a lot of people out there that want people to be reliant on them because that's then their bread and butter, you know, client to say. Yeah. Where, you know, the world-class people are the ones that are doing it in a way that where the person becomes self-sufficient and whatever it is that they discovered at that point, now they can take care of that part on themselves. So then the coach's job is always to take to the next level, take you to the next level, take you to the next level, you know, get self-sufficient and that take to the next level.
Yeah.
So we wanted you to leave this session with all of that, but at the same time, have some next steps. So some of your first next steps should be figuring out what, you know, where can I go to these places? Yeah. Where can I go to find these three places? Some training, some mentoring, and some coaching. That's your first step.
Yeah.
But also, like what Trisha said, your first step would be to define your outcome and just get that nailed down. So you start talking about freedom. So you're at least in the right direction. The more you can write that down and the more you can become, where's he gone? So hopefully still seeing this. So the more you can get this clear and get it nailed down, you know, and keep going over the outcome. So, you know, it's absolutely crystal clear. You 100% know what your outcome is. Then the other steps become a lot easier for you to follow. You're back. Are you okay? That's okay.
Yeah, sorry, the internet just cut out.
So I want you to have some steps to go based in addition to everything else that we already just discussed and what you need to go out there and look for.
Okay.
So when you become super clear on what your outcome is, the rest of the steps are like you stay in the game. If you just go out there and say, I'm going to look for property, if you don't see physical results straight away, you just give up. You know, that's based on what I see out there in the market. Even people who go and get training or information about how to do stuff, if they're not clear on what their outcome is, then they very quickly start to create different stories and just go in a different direction.
Yeah.
But once you have the outcome clear, it's good that you come up with a milestone goal. So that might be, you talked about passive income. So I'm just giving you some examples. This might not be fully it, but like it could be an amount of monthly passive income that you need.
Yeah.
That's now a milestone goal. Now you have your outcome, and now you've got like a stepping stone or a milestone that's closer to this, but not achievable to where you are now. Now, when you have this, now you've got to look at all the different strategies that are out there and say, which one is the best strategy to get me to my milestone goal?
Right.
Yeah. We actually cover off this whole framework across 2 days, something called Real Life Property Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just trying to change his shift so he can come.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So if you manage to get to there, then you'll see. But only then can you start going into the area and what kind of deals to look for.
Right. Yeah.
That's really, I mean, everyone else will tell you just start looking at properties and do this. And there's nothing, I have to be careful what I say, because I was going to say there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there is something wrong with it. It's totally flawed is what's wrong with it. But there's no harm going to do that.
Yeah.
Other than when you hit some barriers, some walls and things like that, it's like, it's a false perception of what really is going on, because you need to do it in this order. When you do it in this order, and I mean, there's some people on here, they'll be able to tell you, how much they're flying, because they're, getting things in the right order and they're very clear on what it is. Do you have any other further questions of what your next steps are?
No, that sounds good. I'll go back and look at those actions. You said about 30 minutes in, didn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go back at that, and yeah, I'm really hoping I can get the time off and come and see you guys.
Good. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
It'd be brilliant.
Well, awesome for having you on here. Good job for putting yourself forward, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, guys.
Good job.
Thank you very much. Take care, guys. Bye.
That was awesome, because Matt's like right at the beginning, this sort of saying it's so exciting.
Okay, yeah, we've got someone on here.
Yes, Marla.
Awesome. Okay. Boom.
Yes. Hey, darling.
Hello.
Awesome. So go for it, darling.
Yeah, so really excited to be on. Thank you so much. And like, I've been following Trish for a little while, so absolutely loving all the HMO posts and stuff, which is amazing. So yeah, can hear you fine. It's just, I think it's a little bit of a delay and echo. And Mark, yeah, absolutely agree with your sentiment around the fact that there's a lot of training out there and you have to wade through the crap. So I've had a load of training, and where I'm at now is I had a bit of an epiphany this year about doing buy, refurb, refinance. So I've been working with JV investors or angel investors or just flipping deals and stuff like that. I really love HMO strategy, which is a high cash flow strategy. I've narrowed down my areas. I've been doing like 18-hour days in like the Northeast to go up and go down, view a load of properties, make offers and stuff. So I think where I'm at is like making sure I don't screw up with their money. And also if it's a JV, then it kind of tends to, it's going to end up being my money as well, in the sense of making sure I get the valuation up where it needs to be, the standard up where it needs to be. That's why I really love following Trish, because she's just smashing it.
Thank you, darling.
Awesome. So, okay, good. Thank you for that. So, whereabouts are you in your journey? Do you already have properties, or?
Yeah.
So what's the next step?
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of any tips that you have in the process. So I've got 4 lease options going through in Newcastle. So I think where I'm at is I want to do more HMOs. I think I need to figure out how to get out there and get more investment in, so I can really grow much more quickly, because I'm off for the next 3 months and I don't want to go back to work. So it's how do I grow more quickly? How do I make sure my valuations are like through the roof and the standard is through the roof? And also make sure that essentially I kind of, make the deal stack properly for investors if I need to flip it.
So again, previously, just like Matt, I know you've had lots of training and you're doing this, but I'm going to suggest again 3 things. Why? And I'll tell you very quickly, just so we can get on to Trisha helping you on this piece where you are now. That is, number 1 is training. Again, but based on how can you go through the experience, and it seems like more about raising investment. So you need to go through the experience in a world-class training environment, so you can actually experience it firsthand and get the feedback while you're in the room to be able to ask the questions to know what to do next. Yeah, because
so that when you're not in the room, you've got
because raising money is all about consistency. Yeah, raising investor money. Yeah, that's one thing. Second thing is a mentor, which you're going to get some of that right now, so we can do that live because you're in a situation to be able to receive that. Yeah, but also, and probably the most important for you would be coaching. So you got to look for these 3 things, but you're going to get some mentoring now, but then also coaching. Why? Because you're already getting feedback from the marketplace. Yeah, and you want to move forward with maximum efficiency because you've got deadlines in place like 3 months, and you want to be, generating income. So you're going to need to start to understand, how can I make this a business? Because you're not scared of hard work. That's a great thing. But what's not a great thing is working 18-hour days without enough play in your life, because eventually that will catch up with you. There's nothing wrong with doing 18-hour days as long as you are serving yourself and taking care of yourself in the right way. And a world-class coach will help get the best out of you from that amount of time that you're putting in, so you can sustain it. Because it's all about, how do you get consistent and how do you sustain that? And if you're just grinding for 18 hours a day, that don't last very long. That soon the novelty of that soon wears off. When you start feeling like, oh, I got to do it and I don't have a choice, that's tough. Yeah, so a world-class coach will help you set up vehicles and systems to start doing some of the things instead of you having to do it. So then you can really focus on the areas of your choice, of your skill, and what you enjoy doing the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think with growing quickly into scale, if you've got like 3 months or so, I would figure out, just stop on an area just to begin with, just to get some consistency quickly. Either get 1, 2, even 3 areas that are sort of in a similar location, and go after at least between 3 and 5 deals, trying to get them accepted all at the same time. So as long as you've got your power teams in place so that you've got people to take care of them, either for you or get a project manager that has got teams so they can come in and do it for you. Again, looking at it passively, because then they'll deal with it for you. They'll deal with the project management, sending you photos, all of that, so that all you have to do is, when it gets to the end, that's when you take over the control of the property. Because listen, technically, when you're project managing a property, if you don't live in the area, you're still going to have to get somebody else to be responsible on the day-to-day. So I think project management is a really important tool if you're not in area, to stop you doing all this ridiculous traveling that takes up gallons of time with sometimes really small amount of result. So it's about really trying to compact the amount of time that you spend traveling, that is not a waste of time, but it's a waste of your resource when you can spend time on monetizing tasks. So I think getting 3 to 5 deals accepted in similar areas in a very quick space of time, which if you're looking at commercial HMOs, you should easily be able to find 3 to 5. I mean, I could help you probably find a good 10 in 5 minutes. When we do our mentoring sessions, I think we found 20 in 15 minutes during one of our mentoring with one of the tribe members. So it's not so difficult to find those kind of deals. And a lot of it is because people are afraid of the back end, because it can be sometimes tripling the value of the property, even though you're not spending triple. And you're like, how does this even work? So it's about having the confidence in yourself, in your product, having great rents, having a top quality finish that is a professional let. So it could be for students, but which is great in Article 4 areas or not. you know, you've got pretty much guaranteed rents. But with the professional lets, you can charge a lot more, and obviously they're going to maintain the property to a better standard at the same time. The more rent you're getting in, the more yield you'll get on the calculation, and therefore the higher the valuation will be. So for example, in our area, I've got properties that are right next door and beyond to us on the same street that are HMO. They're charging between 400 and 450 per month, and I'm getting 650, 700 per month for a double ensuite. So it completely doesn't matter what the market rent is. It's about your product, your service, and standard that you're providing. Then once you've obviously got them fully let, then you're getting the weight. So we will coach and train you on exactly how to follow it up. So you have zero voids. You've got the valuer in the day the builders leave, and then the tenants move in either the same day or the day after. So that it's very quick, get your money back out, pay the investors back, go again, in a very quick succession. And if you want multiple deals and you want to grow quickly, don't be afraid to give more away. So angel investment is great for giving investors a fixed percentage. But if you want to manage, 5 to 10 projects very quickly, joint venture. And joint venture with somebody that's got experience so that they can hold your hand while you hold theirs. You find the deals, they bring the money, but you're in it together. So therefore, I would rather have 50% of 20 deals than 100% of 2, So don't be afraid to give more away. So I hope there's some good tips for you to.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Like, I'd much prefer to joint venture, and I'd happily put in all the sweat equity, because I know at the beginning you have to, graft a bit, and then later you get to go to the amazing places and fly around the world and whatnot. So yeah, awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that.
You're so welcome. Are you coming in November?
That thing that I told you about that I don't want to say on live.
Oh, yeah.
I have to prepare for that.
Yes.
Have you applied for Come Deal With Me?
I haven't. No. I
will get yourself applying.
No, that was the main thing. And I'm going to PM you and hit you up about JVing and stuff, because honestly, I see so many deals. So yeah, I 100% agree with you. Like, doing 50% of something is so much better. That would be much more preferable. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, darling. Good job. Bye.
That is in regards to the live coaching and mentoring. So what I'm going to say is this, though. If you have not applied for Come Deal With Me, it's for one or two reasons. Number one, you have no idea what it is. Or number two,
you're afraid of being on TV?
Or actually...
No, but that might be...
You might be afraid of the success of actually it working. Yeah, or you might be
scared of us that we're going to kick your ass.
Yeah, that will make you work. So here's the deal with Come Deal With Me. You can go to comedealwithme.co.uk, right? Not right now, after this. And then you go there and it will tell you exactly what you need to do to apply. What is Come Deal With Me? What it means is you are going to be part of a TV program where we're going to take you through the whole process. So from finding deals, and then you're going to battle it out on various tasks, and the people... Well, then there's going to be one person who wins the Come Deal With Me trophy, and that will be that we take you through exchange completion and then build your power teams. And by the way, there's one thing: you're not allowed to use any of your own money. You're not allowed to use any of your own money. And then we take you through the whole process, and actually not only just leave you with either a cash flowing asset or profit at the end of a flip deal or something, whatever deal you decide to do, but along the way, we're to set up power teams with you, set up business, systemize as well, so you guys can actually then go ahead and replicate and repeat and repeat and repeat. We're going to record the whole thing. It's going to be totally amazing. So it's great for your exposure as well.
Yeah, it's going to be on Sky, all on TV, Freeview, UK, America, Australia. We're going to be everywhere. It's all going to be online, YouTube, social media platforms. You're going to get so much brand exposure. It's going to be unreal. Plus, do you know what the most important thing is? We're going to have some fun. We're going to have loads and loads and loads and loads of fun.
So awesome to see you all. Now, Tribe members, you know what time it is. It is time at 8 o'clock for your weekly mastermind. Weekly mastermind where you can bring whatever it is and everybody's on there. We're building a community. We're building a tribe of people that stick together. Why? Because together we are stronger. So whatever it is, you're going to get yourself on there. So that's why we do this before. We're going to give you a break in between so you guys can get on there, bring your questions, bring your challenges, and brainstorm as one big mastermind to help you move forward, do the things you need to do to create the success in your life so you can live on purpose.
And listen, guys, you've just had a little taster of what it looks like to be on that mastermind and get yourself your questions said so that you can get live.
This is very different than a mastermind, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is very different, but as in you can ask questions and get feedback so that you can move forward and get answers to maybe challenges that you have. So if you're interested in joining the Real Life Tribe and being part of this amazing family, tribe, network, universe of happy beings that are just smashing life and the results that hit them every single day.
Get yourself to the event on the 9th and 10th, because that will give you the opportunity to try before you buy.
Yeah,
come and experience it first to see if this is even if you like the way we deliver training, the way we help people get results in an action way, like a practical steps, being able to move forward and do that. So, hey, listen, my name is Mark Harvey.
I'm Trisha Harvey.
And this has been your live coaching and mentoring session. And if you want to discover your true potential, you've got to remember, you've got to do the right thing for the right reasons. So, my friends, much love to you. We'll see you next time.